Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. Today is June 24th, 2025, and we are going to get into our daily, which is going to be puzzle page. So we're going to get our free coins, which are always nice. I had done some work to get some coins, some free coins there, so off to the side. So we should be pretty good to go now with coins for a little while. Let's see, apply our discount for today, and that all looks like it's good. Let's do a picture cross. It's one of the favorites, so let's get at it. All right, so we've got some interesting colors here. Do we have anything that's a given? We do. This 5 and 6 is a guaranteed done. This one here. So these 4, and then these 5, and then the 2 grays can go in. Now we can come this side and put the 5 and the 5. And the 6 here, we can get most of it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's all of them. Okay, just miscounted. Then we could put this guy in as a given. We know those are done. These 2 have to be givens. These have to be 3s. This has to be 2. So we'll do both sides of those. And if we can stop misclicking, we'll do that. I think this is, well, these black ones are not fully done, but, well, yes, they are, I think. Yeah, because we can use these verticals to finish those off, and that'll allow us to get into here and here. Why is that one not showing as done? Is that just me, or is that 2, 3, 3, 2? I don't know why that's doing it that way. Hopefully I didn't mess something up there. I think it's all good, right? 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Don't know. That's a weird one. We'll have to see what happens, I guess, then. If something don't work, we're going to have to come back and fix it. Let's look at the pinks here. So we have these 3 have to be in, and then these 2 have to be. Then we can say the 4 is 1, 2, 3. Oh, so yeah, so all of these are 4s. Now, this has to be a deuce to here, and we're going to have to finish the 3 there. Now we have to be able to finish this 3, and then the last pink is left over as here. It's almost looking like it's a snout of some animal or something at the moment, doesn't it? But anyway, what else do we have? This whitish colored, so this would be 10, so we've got 2 left over. We can barely even see that on the screen. Oh, it looks better on the other screen, so you guys will probably see it better than I can at the moment, but it does look very hard to see from this perspective. But we'll see if we can get through these. Now, I'll have to look at the other screen sometimes to see it, because it's really difficult. So we have this 3 spot here. Why is it telling me... Are these 2 different colors or something that are being mixed up? Because it's not saying that this 4 is done either. But it clearly is. Something really weird going on here. I don't know what it is. Okay, let's go back to this 3 then. These 2 will have to be in. That's a 2, that's a 2. There has to be 2 more over here somewhere, which means this one will be in. Okay. Yeah, that's really funky. I don't know why it's doing that. We're going to find out. So one of these 2 has to be in. We don't quite know which one it is yet. What about this one? Okay, this 2 has to go this way. So that'll finish that off, which means this one has to be this one. That's supposedly finished this row off, or the column off. We've got the 6, and then this is a 1 to finish that one off. Then we have to finish the 1, 1, which is going to have to be these 2. And then this one here will be done, but then doesn't work. Yeah, something's completely wrong here. Let's, how do I undo all this stuff? I don't know what happened. Let's, unless the numbers are correct, but for some reason I put it in wrong. Let's just go through. Had a couple of rough days, haven't we? We had issues yesterday with tents and trees from misclicking, and today now we are as well. I don't know what's going on. Let's get rid of all this stuff and try again. Let's see what the heck we've done wrong. This 5, 6 is absolutely correct. because it has to be 5 of them and it has to be 6 of them. With a gap in between makes 12. Now, this is a 2, these are 3s, these are 4s, this is 3, 2, 3, these are all 4s and 3s and 2. It's exactly what I did previously. These are in. Now, these have to all be the 5s. These are 5s. So weird. These are 2s. These are 4s. Now they're selecting in as being right. I feel like this is exactly what I did previously. I'm going to have to go back and look at the edit on this thing to see what exactly I screwed up. Because apparently I screwed something up and it wasn't... Maybe I was just like one row off to the left or the right or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, let's go. We're back at it now. So this has to be all of these again. We said that already. That's in. Let's see. This 2161 I think was useful, right? Because we can put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it has to just be this one, and then all of these. Again, I'll have to look over to the side here because the color rendition on this monitor over here is not good. We're going to have the same thing where 2 are left over. We can put a 2 in and a 2 in. This 2 has to finish here. This 3 has to go up. This 2 has to finish this way. And now, because with this one we can't be, and we know we have to go over at least one more for the 8. These 2s can only be these 2 now, because we're out of options over here. Now these 2 go like this. Okay, this is turning out a little differently, so I must have just messed up somewhere. Oh well, it happens. Like I said, it's happened a few times recently. This 3 has to be these 3. The 2 has to be these 2. This 3 goes up to there. This 4 we said is all of these. The 3 has to be these. 2 has to be there and that one. And then we have a U go there. Okay. So what was this thing? Is that like a bulb or is that... It's a garlic. Okay, bulb of garlic. Again, I'll have to go back and look at the video, see what the heck I did wrong, because it felt like I put in all those things the first time, but it wasn't correct in some way. So anyway, it is what it is, like I said. Okay, so anyway, we learn from our snakes always, right? So let's do the wordy. Let's get into that one. And we'll stick our normal words in there and give it a go. A and N, I don't know if pious is necessarily going to give us much here. Is there anything else we can think of? It could just be something like this. There's tons of ways the A and N could work together in some of these things, but let's see. Is there anything in this grouping that I can make work? Boom. I can think of words that use C and E, but I don't want to use those because we already know that they're not in there. So let's try to just try to think of something else. Another word. I mean, I don't really want to use pious because I don't think P, and I don't know if there's going to be another vowel, but whatever. Let's just do it. So there's an S. That would be the only thing that we probably would have came together, but so what kind of words can we put together with A, N, and S? And we need 2 more letters, or we could repeat a letter, of course. How about antsy? Oh, wow. I thought that was correct first. I was like, oh, goodness gracious. How does that work? A-N-S-T. That could be angst. Okay. That's funny. I didn't think antsy was going to be even close to the right word. I was hoping to get some different letters in different positions, and it turned out it worked out. So, cool. Let's see. Let's do Kokoro. They're always fun. And let's see. Where do we have groupings that are set? 16s? Oh, no, that's a 4-cell 16. That's not all that helpful. We don't have any 4s or 3s looking at each other. We don't have any 16s or 17s looking at each other. Okay, so we're going to have to find something else to go. Oh, no, that wasn't work either. Let's see what this 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the digit not on this 8, or this 36, is a 9. Not massively helpful. This 7 must be a 1, 2, 4. This one obviously isn't a 4. This is a 1, 2 pair. We might just have to start putting some of the stuff in and see what comes out of it. This is 1, 3s, 1, 3s. Might consider turning that noise off because it's kind of annoying. This will have to be 6 or 8. These will be 1, 3s. All of these will be. This becomes 7 or 9. We do get a 1, 3 pair here that I probably should have seen with the 4s, which removes the 1 from this location. Although I don't know if... Oh, this one right here. This is the 11. I didn't see the 11 with the 4. This can't obviously be a 1, so it's a 3. 1. And then we can put the 8 here, and the 9 here, and then this goes to a 7, 3, 1, and that should kind of propagate through a decent chunk of this stuff. We'll get to there. Now, what's left on this 30? We've got 17, so we need 13 more. The only way to do that would be an 8, 5. I don't think we can use... Yeah, we can't really necessarily say which one it is, because the 8 or the 5 can go in any position. Okay, how about this 11? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 is 10, so we can't have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to use 1, 2, 3, 5. So this is not a 4, which means this is the 4. There's something. And this 10 has to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't quite tell us which one is which, though. That has to be a 9. Okay, here we go. Another one. This is 8, 9, because the 9 prevents that one from being a 9. This becomes the 5. Does that 1 propagate to anything? Not necessarily. Okay. What else? I'm almost avoiding putting in all these digits because I don't want to hear this thing clicking over every single time, but let's see what else. It's got to be something with this 9, 8 here and this 16 clue, right? Not really, because if you can put a 9 in here, these could be 1, 2, 4. Put an 8 in here, you just need another 8 left over. There's multiple ways to make that. Oh, this 4 here and the 11. Again, 4s and 11s are not something I normally look at, but this has to be the 3 and the 1. This has to be 8 and 4. This has to be a 2 to finish the 7. Now these have to finish with 7 more, but there's multiple ways that could happen. Could be 1, 6, could be 3, 4. I don't think there's a reduction there necessarily. Now this 11 as well is going to be the same as here. It has to be 1, 2, 3, 5. Can we get anything out of that one? Not necessarily that I can see. Now, of course, this is a 1 or a 2. Not entirely helpful, though. Okay, what about some of this? There's got to be something else in here again that's just poking its head out here and saying, hey, we are open for business. Let's go. Obviously, this can't be a 1 or a 2 because of the 12. So we know it's 1, 2, 3, 5, so it's either 3 or 5. If it's 5, it's 7. If it's 3, it's a 9. It could be either one of... Oh, we said there was no 9 on this thing. There we go. Go back to the information you determined earlier. This is the 7. And that's a 5. Good. Now these have to be from 1, 2, and 3. We can probably reduce this 10. Because it can't be 3, so it's 1 or 2. Because if it was a 3, this would be a 7, and it can't be. So this is the 3. This has to be 8 or 9. We said it can't have a 9 on it. The 36, so there we go. 2, 1, 2, 1. Now this 10 we said is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 2 has to go here, the 4 goes here, and the 5 goes here. Now this guy is done. This needs to be a 5, which is going to finish this 30. We said we needed what? I can't remember. We had 17, we needed 13, so this had to be the 8 and 1. Good. Now, again, this 11 has to be a 1, 2, 3 to finish it. This is 1, 3, 1. Come on now. I don't know why it's clicking sometimes just doesn't work for some reason. This has to be 8 or 6. We might be able to do a negative like we did 36 on this guy, though. This is 2 or 3. This is 1, 2, or 3. There might be a reduction going this way, but I don't see it necessarily. The only thing we can't put in here would be a 9, let's say, but that's never going to happen. This, again, we can't say what this is because we don't have full information. These two have to add to 11. There's multiple ways that can work. 8, 3, 7, 4, or 6, 5 are still all possibilities there. Okay, what is this 29? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 2 digits that add up to 16 that don't belong on this thing. So 9 and 7. Can we work with those? Let's see how things propagate around. So this is either 5, 6, or 7, which means this has to be 3. Well, obviously it can't be a 5, so let's get rid of that. This is 3 or 4. This can't be a 3. Okay. It's not entirely getting us there. What do we say the 12 had to be? And again, we can't use 9 or 7, I think it said here. So the options, 9 was never an option. 7 was, but we could always put, well, we can't put 7 up here either, can we? Because if it's 7 and 2, that'd already be 9. So we can't do 7 4, but we can still do 8 3 and 6 5. Of course, this one can't be 5. This one can't be 8. So we can, okay, so we get an 8 6 pair there. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting that to happen. So essentially what we're saying is this digit is probably 2, 3, or 4. Yes, that's correct. What about you? Because, well, at the end of the day, we're going to have this conglomeration of possible digits where we can sort out what is what. Okay, this can't be a 5. That's the easy way to look at it, because that forces a 7. This has to be another 2. So this is 3. And that'll hopefully break up a lot of this. In fact, it'll probably take up everything. We just have to put all the digits in now. And 4, and 2, and yep, this is going to open it all up. We just had to get to the right point. And then this is 5, so this is 4. There we go. Sometimes you just got to put everything in there and just take a look at it and see what can and can't work. So cool. What else do we have on here? Let's do a word search. And then maybe a picture sweep. I kind of feel like I might like to do a picture sweep today. What do we got? Songs from Harry Styles. Okay, not my forte, but you know, a couple of them. Watermelon. What is it called? Watermelon something. Anyway, what do we have? Kiwi, cherry, cinnamon, golden, Matilda, falling, daylight, medicine, satellite, boyfriends, daydreaming. Okay. Let's put those in. I see a few of these right off the bat, so that's good. I thought I saw something there. Kiwi, golden, there's Matilda. Kiwi's going to be an anywhere place, but if we can find a K and a W, we should be okay. Yep, here we go. Golden and falling. Here's golden. Where's falling at? See if you can get these before I do. Let me know. Where's there? It's right there, right in the middle. Daylight, satellite, and daydreaming. They shouldn't be hard to find because they're all fairly large. Here's daylight. Here's dreaming. Daydreaming, sorry. Daydreaming, and satellite is the last one. It's just here in the corner. Oh, there we go. Watermelon sugar. I think that's what the name of it was. I think it's the only one I actually know or have heard of before. But again, I don't follow that type of music. So let's do a picture sweep. These are fun. And we don't have any 9s, but we do have a 1 here. So again, if you haven't seen these other ones, each of these numbers represents how many of the fill spaces it sees. So this 1 sees this one already, so it can't see any more. Now this 4 here has to see all of these because it has only options to do that. Now this 4 sees everything it needs already. This 3 cell needs to see all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, well, yeah, I guess we can't say that. What about this 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That finishes the 2 off, and then we can put this guy in to finish the 4. Now, the 7 has 2 non-filled cells in it, so everything else it sees must be in, because the total we can ever have in a 3x3 box is 9. So I can just do the math on that one. And if we get ourselves to an 8 that sees a single one, we can also just obviously do that. Okay, here, this 6 on a corner or an edge will always be completely done. And then this 6 now is done as well. This 8 here does now see a blank space, so it can't see any more of them. The 7 sees 2 blank spaces, so it can't see any more. This 5 is done because it sees 3 and 2. This 4 has to see the rest of the things it can see. And is this 6 done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is not. The 5's not quite done. The 4 can't quite be finalized. 1, 2, 3, 4. This 6 can, though, because it sees 3 blanks, so we can say that, therefore it has to see the rest of them. 1, 2, 3. This 5 is done. I was looking at this one. I didn't look at this one. And now that's going to give us a couple of 8s that now see singular blanks, so therefore they have to be done. This 6 is done, because now it sees all of these. This 3 has to finalize. 1, 2, 3. The 5 has to see one more of these. This 5 here, though, is done, because it sees these 2 and these 3. So these are all out, which means that 5 had to see that one. This 6 has to see this one. This 3 is done. This 8 has to see that. The 4 is done. And we just got to figure out these last 2 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's out, and therefore this has to be in. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. That one's supposed to be in. I just counted wrong. It's like a deep sea diver or something like that. Oh, it's a handbag. Wow. See how you can easily see different things. As I was saying, you can see things in these pictures, and they're fairly pixelated, so it's sometimes really hard to see what actually is and isn't going on in them. So sometimes they're really easy to see. Sometimes they just mix me up. Let's do a crossword. I didn't realize it had to be a video to see that one, but oh well. We skipped through that. You didn't have to see that. So anyway, let's get into our crosswords. So finishing, closing, ending should be fairly easy. Intend, to mean to do something. Clear out room. Clear out room. Empty. I don't know what that one is off the top of my head. For some reason it's not, or it could just be thin. Thins, no, okay. I was thinking if you're clearing out room, you're thinning things out, but I guess not. We'll come back to that one in a second. Filter solid from liquid would be strain. Payment for work would be a wage. Those are nice. Not this, that. Let's go into the crosses here. Remove from elected position, which is, wow, this should be really easy to do. Wow, my brain is not working today. Or just unseat. Okay, not necessarily what I was thinking the word was, but it works. Used for firing pottery and bricks. That's a kiln. What are you? Pictures. images, probably. Yeah, it's gotta be. This one, think the same. Agree. What about you? Contents lists would be an index. Let's see this one down again. Clear out room. It has to be an ST. Strip? Okay, that's kind of a weird one there, but oh well. 15 across small, kitchen and gadget. A doohickey. That's what I would call it. I don't know what that one is off the top of my head, so we'll move on. Or is it a peeler? Maybe it's just a peeler. Okay. Black tea and spice blend is chai, which I am a big fan of. All you out there like chai tea? I do like it. Swallows in small amounts would be sips. Or not. If it's not sips, what the heck is it? I don't know. Okay, we'll move on. Eloquent. Nah, not getting anything right away. Transplant or splice. Rat. There we go. Just had to get the brain working in the right direction. Eloquent that starts with an F. Still don't quite have an understanding on what that one is. Long cake of choux pastry is an eclair. Parrot words, echo. Yeah, I guess I can see that. 17, spiritual side. Soul. Okay. Swallows in small amounts is still starting with an S. Isn't it just sips? Didn't work though. It's not sups. Sups is swallowing in small. Would you call sups that? I wouldn't. Okay, whatever. Go through. Blow. Expend. As in you're blowing money, you're going through the money. Okay. Eloquent is the last one we have to do. Fluent. Again, I don't know if I necessarily attribute eloquent with fluent, but there's tons of words that have other meanings or other types of descriptions that I don't necessarily know. So it is what it is. We learn things, hopefully. I mean, some of these, I don't know if I retain a lot of these. Let's do a picture block, and I think that'll be the last one. The Futoshiki is a little too small. I don't want to do Sudoku again. So we'll do the picture block, and we'll move on from there. Wow, has it really been 30 minutes? Has not felt like that. Well, I'm way beyond what I normally would like to do. So let's just jump into this one, get it done, and move on. What? Okay, this is odd. This is not how picture block normally works. Usually it's two things next to each other. Oh no, wait, this is a different one. Sorry. There's another one that I'm getting confused with. Okay, so this one is one I don't think we've done before. So I'll describe it. In this one, you have to drag a group of cells. Don't do that. And you can only go in either a single direction like this, or you have to go in like a double direction like that. You can't have it be like these 5 here in the L shape. That won't work. It has to be in a rectangular shape. That's the best way to put it. So this 4 is going to have to go this way. This 2 is going to have to go this way. This 4 has to go this way. I don't know if the 3 goes up or over because I don't know which way the 4 goes necessarily. Now, the 5 is going to have... Well, and the other thing we say, though, is that the digit itself, the value shown, doesn't have to be in a corner. So we could do this, something like that. That would be valid. So we can't necessarily, it only goes this way or this way. It goes in one of those directions. What we do know is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it has to at least take on these two. Now, what about these larger numbers? They're usually the ones that help. So like this 10 here. Are we forced? Yeah, we're forced just to go this way because we can't move over with the 8. We're forced to just go up and down. Now that's going to tell us this 3 has to do this, and this, well, the 4 doesn't have to go in a block. It could go up like this. Let's see, what else? This 2 can't go this way because it would block off. Well, no, it wouldn't actually, because the 6 could just go this way and leave room for the 8 to go up. Okay. What else then? This 3 here has to do this because it can't do an L shape, so it can't go upward. This 4, we don't know which way it goes necessarily. This 7's going to have some things. It has to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it counts it for us. We don't have to count. So it at least goes to here. It's going to have to go into the corner because nothing else can get in there. This 2 has to go into the corner because nothing else can go there. The 8 is going to have to go into the corner as well. Good. We're starting to find some of this stuff now. This 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's not necessarily one we can determine because I think this 10 could always come all the way up like this. And that would shave off what this, and the 2 could come up here and let the 7 go all the way over here. Now, actually, the 7 has to go all the way over here now I think about it, because the 3 can never get up there. So this 3 has to do this. This 7 has to do this. Now, the 2 has to come up because there's nothing else that can get there. This 10 has to get up to here because there's nothing else we can do that. And once we do that, and we know it has to just be a single line. This 8 then has to be a single line. This 4 has to get to this corner and then do this. The 2 has to fill the gap. The 6 has to fill the gap. The 3 has to fill the gap. The 2 has to come down. One of these 2 goes up in here. This 8 has to get itself into the corner because nothing else can. This 6 has to get into the corner because nothing else can. Now the 2 has to come down. This 2 has to come here. Wait, this is broken. This 8 is done? Oh, how did that not work? I thought I had everything sorted out, but there's no way to get to this point here in anything we have. So we've broken this puzzle. This hasn't been a good day. Feels like my logic has been fine here, but then everything keeps collapsing on me at the end. So we're going to have to restart again. And go back through and see what we did wrong. Well, that's not fun. Let's just get rid of all this stuff and rethink. Let's get rid of all this and all this and all this. Okay. This 2 has to go into a corner. This 7 has to get into this corner, so it has to go out here. This 2 has to get into this corner. This 8 has to get into this corner. Well, we've got to start thinking in those directions first then. The 7 has to do this, has to get there. The 2 has to go here. This 3 has to do this. 4 has to get into the corner and get over here. The 2 has to fill the gap. This 10 has to get up to here, which means it has to get down to here. I think this 10 is going to have to get up here, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, because the 6 can't get into this corner because it won't have enough room. So the 6 does this. The 9 has to get up here and come back down. This 10 has to get itself all the way up, which means that has to do that, that has to do that, these have to do this. Now the 6 has to get into that gap. These 5s have to get into those gaps and then finish off. The 6 is going to have to do this because there's no other way to fill the 6. The 10 is going to have to do this because there's no other way to fill it. And be able to get something into this corner. 4 has to do this. This 4 has to do this. So we're coming from a different side, so maybe whatever error I made previously will not come about. We have to get into there, so the 6 has to do this. The 2 has to come down. 3 has to get into there. This 3 has to get into here. 8 has to get in here. 10 has to get in here. 6 has to get up there. 2 has to come down. 2 has to get into there. 2 there. 2 there. Okay. Now the 4... Yeah, the 4 has to take this corner because nothing else can. The 5 has to get into that corner. This 10 has to take on all of these. The 3 has to go up. The 2 has to come over. So this is starting to work now for some reason. This 4 has to do that. The 10 is going to have to do this because there's no other way to make it work. The 5 has to do that. The 2 has to do there. The 3 has to go up. The 4 has to finalize, and we're broken again. What is going on? Oh, I never finished the 8. Okay, the 2 there. I don't know what happened there again. Well, we'll have to check that one out. And we are well over our time, so I am going to stop the video here and go back go back with our tail between our legs and see what the heck we did to mess up both of those things. Thought I was clearly working in logic, but obviously I made some mistakes yet again. So anyway, that said, that was June 24th, 2025. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.